Hey CDA, and welcome to Winkeltje, the little shop. This is something completely different from normal, and I just had to show this game on the channel. Winkeltje is actually the Dutch word for the little shop, so the game is very aptly named, and Winkeltje is how you pronounce that word in case you thought it was something demonic or anything like that. The game is actually made by a small team of indie developers. They are, of course, Dutch, and this game is Dutch very extremely so in terms of how the characters are named and everything like that. But other than that, it's an actually really fun game to play as well. And as the name suggests, you actually play and manage your own little shop. And without just going into detail while we're sitting here on the menu, let's just actually start a new shop. Now, you can actually pick your difficulty anywhere from relaxed to very hard or creative. I'm actually going to pick hard just because I like a little bit of challenge in my games, but I actually think this game is very nice to play at one of the more easiest or even the creative difficulty as well, especially if you kind of want to combine your management sim with something like The Sims, because you can actually really design your shop and play around with that as well. But if you want more of a challenge, definitely go for some of the more harder settings. I don't necessarily want to go for very hard, let's just go with hard instead. You can pick the size of your shop. We're going to have a large shop, at least the ability to make our shop a little bit larger. And then we're going to get started. Dear child, this property has been in the family for generations, and now it is yours. It would make us proud if you could do what we could not, and that is to clear our family name of debt and return the Koopman name to its former glory. The idea is simple. Sell things for more than you bought them. Then expand and decorate to appeal to more customers. Good luck. We are counting on you. Now, if it was that simple, why didn't you just do it yourself? Anyway, we are going to have to design our little character. The women look a little bit weird with the shoulders, so I'm actually going to go for anything that is not a woman. Yeah, looks good. And there we go. There's actually a couple of looks that you can unlock as you play the game, just in case you're wondering why half of those things are actually unlocked. And I'm the tutorial, so let's just go and play. Now, you start out with, in fact, a little shop. And you don't really have that much options to do anything, so you can kind of design what you want your shop to look like. So if you're like, no, we want some tiles in here, then we can do that. If you want wooden floors, you can do that. Actually, I like these tiles really well. You can actually put in things like walls. You don't have to pay for this, so this is just looks. It doesn't affect your gameplay either. And we would definitely want to keep those changes. Now, we're also going to... Oh, wrong one. We actually also have to buy a few things. Now, we don't have a lot of options, but we will unlock them quite rapidly as the game progresses. This is the most important thing in the entire game that you definitely need to build as soon as you can, and that's the counter. So we are going to place the counter maybe over here, so we can kind of pretend that we're standing behind the counter and serving our customers. This is where your customers will go to pay for their items. In order to have them actually buy anything, we're going to have to get them something to sell. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to put down something like 4 tables maybe. And this will be very simple, but don't worry, we'll have to expand on this. And then we also need to decide what we're actually going to sell. Now, in our counter, we can actually select all the items that we have, and we can select what we want to go and buy. Now, right now, I think we are going to sell people some apples, and it doesn't really matter, to be honest, which items you start out with. So you can go with something like wood, shirts, more clothing types, nails. This will kind of turn you into a hardware store, or you can go for something like apples. That will turn you into a food store. You could go into something like soup. Well, I suppose this is kind of like the cooked foods, and then this is the raw foods, a farmer kind of shop. And then you can also go for things like healing potions and stuff like that. No, there's no actual Dungeons and Dragons in this game, but you can sell healing potions if that's what you want to do. I actually recommend that you specialize in something, and I want to try out the kind of farming approach. So, then you can put the stuffs on your shelves, like so, and the really nice thing is that after your customers buy the first item, you can easily restock just by pressing R. And then if you have the item on you, so we should probably restock a little bit, there we go, you can actually do that. Now, so right now we are buying apples for 5 silver, we're going to sell them for 7, and that will give us a profit of 2. There's also events going on, so for example right now it's spring, that makes food become a little bit more cheap. Not necessarily the thing we want to see as we're actually the ones selling food, but I think we'll manage, and it will become winter at some time. So I'm assuming at least then food will be becoming more expensive. Now we're going to open the shop. It's going to be called the 3 Golden Lions. Sure, why not? Lionesses? The tigers now. There we go. Not entirely sure why it says the name already exists. I think I used it in one of my test games, but I don't think you can actually save the shop, so I'm not sure why we couldn't just use that. Anyway, as you can see, doors open and the first customer comes in and he's looking around. Should I buy an apple or should I buy that apple? And yeah, he decided to buy an apple. Big surprise. He's going to buy a lot of apples apparently, which is a good thing because we get a lot of money. He goes to the register and pays us 28 silver. And at this rate, we're going to have to restock on apples really quick. So let's buy some more. There will be a trader incoming, as you can see now. He will drop off some more apples. And actually, we have this guy now. This is an actual random trader arrives every day, and he will buy us, sell us stuff as well. So this guy actually, we got a little bit lucky here. He's selling a lot of stuff at a huge discount. As you can see, it's a 80% discount on apples. He only has 10, but right now we can buy 10 apples at almost no cost. We could buy other items as well. I'm actually not going to do that because once again I want to specialize into this category, so that the people that come into the shop actually only ask for that type of item as well. If you're not careful, they will start asking you for dozens of different things, and then it will become very hard to make sure you have enough stock in order for them to actually buy all that stuff. And we just sold a couple of items. Now we unlock new furniture, and our shop is already level 3. So the higher the item level on your shop, or the level of your shop, the more different items you will have in order to upgrade your shop. And that's kind of the whole cycle. So now we have made it through the first day. It's good to be aware of the fact that we actually have to pay that debt that was mentioned in the introduction. So in 3 days, we're going to have to pay 50 silver. Well, we have way more than that, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But we're also going to have to spend some stuff. So we are going to do exactly what the quest suggests us to do. So as you can see, we have some new stuff unlocked. So we can only still have the basic counter, so nothing necessarily what we can do with that. But rather than putting down tables, we can also put down crates, which kind of do the same thing. They're a little bit more cheap. They have one space to put stuff on, but as you can see, they only give you 8 appeal, where the tables give you 10. And appeal is what makes this bar go up, and for every level of appeal you get more customers, and it's really noticeable, and it's definitely something you want to strive for. Now the shelves are actually identical to the tables in terms of the cost, the appeal, and the space, but the nice thing about the shelves is that you can actually put them above the tables. So for example, we can put a shelf up here, and that will give us some more room to place items. However, this is also going to be really important, so we can have pallets, and a pallet actually allows you to have a larger inventory. So right now we can have 15 items on us. We are definitely going to want to have more than that, so we are just going to put a pallet. Can we put it behind the counter? We can, but only if we move the counter just a tiny bit to the front. There we go. We can kind of stock up. Oh, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to place down a normal pallet. Over here in the corner, there you go. You can only build within the range of your character, so you do have to be a little bit careful about that. We could actually place down a trash bin for only 60 silver, and that will give us 100 appeal if we place it indoors, and only 15 if we place it outdoors. So if you place down the trash bin, you definitely want to do that indoors in order to get that huge bonus. Anything else that we want to do? You can actually place down a mirror as well, and as you can see, it's relatively expensive for the amount of appeal it gives you, but the appeal actually allows you to redesign your character if that is what you want to do. That is not what I want to do at the moment, so I'm actually just going to place down a trash bin over here, maybe, and that will give us a huge boost to our appeal. So now we're at level 2, and that should bring us some more customers. Now, we could actually consider getting something more, but right now... actually, this is 60 silver for 100, and this is 65 for 105. Nah, I'm happy with my trash bin. Okay, so let's open the shop once more. Let's close the menu before we do that. Actually, I didn't put anything on the shelf, but luckily we have some apples. Now, it shouldn't take long before our customers will start asking for items we don't have yet. And when that happens, we are going to have to go and invest in that. We are leveling up our store pretty quickly, so that's all good. We are actually out of apples already. That is not good. So let's make sure we buy some more of those. And this guy also sells us apples at a nicely discounted price. So let's just buy a whole bunch of them. This might be a bit more than we actually want. Well, no, let's just go and get all the apples. Because people want our apples. As you can see, our apples are extremely popular amongst the local population. And I love these names. If you're wondering how to pronounce half of them, that's probably because they are extremely Dutch. Names like Geert and Jannetje and yeah, I don't know. It's just a small little detail that I think the developers figured, hey, we're Dutch, let's just give everyone Dutch names. But now we are level 5, and this is huge because we now get a crafting skill point. And as suggested, we can go to the menu and we can unlock an item where we can, for example, forge tools and weapons. No, we're not going to actually hit people with weapons, but we can sell them. We can also make our own clothing, we can make our own meals, we could boil our own potions, or we can grow our own crops. Now actually this is the thing I want to do, so I'm gonna go and unlock this. And we're going to do something with that as soon as we get to the nighttime, which you should do soon. Now as you can see, we actually got some potato seeds along with that, which is huge because these things cost an insane amount of money. All the seeds do, but seeds are really cool. Now, we actually want to go outside, so we are going to put in a door. Where can we put a door? This is a door. There we go. And let's just go outside through here, I suppose. Or maybe not. Let me think. So we could expand our store in this direction, and then maybe we could have our little growing facility over here. There we go. Yes, I would like to accept that. Now you can just go through the door outside, so we don't actually own all this, but we can actually build here. As long as we are building, sorry, for some reason I always associate the kitchen garden with the building tab, but it's not actually in there. So let's see what we could actually do. Maybe well, there's a ton of things we could do actually. Let's be a little bit creative and let's do the patches something like this, like diagonally. Why not? We can close the menu and put in some seeds. Now before we do that, we have some money, so what I actually want to do is go to the seeds. We also want to buy some chamomile. Maybe just one for now. And I'm actually going to buy another patch. eggs a diagonal, why not? And then we're going to put these down here. And then one down here. So now we're actually growing our own potatoes as well as chamomile. So as you could see, these seeds are extremely expensive. But every time we harvest one of these items, we actually get the seed right back and we can replant it. So basically, we have an infinite amount of potatoes and a little bit of chamomile incoming. It will take 2 full days for this to actually grow. We'll get 2 items each initially, and then we can replant that and basically keep going. As you can see, we can't actually do this with the apples. We can't grow apples. So that's a shame, but we'll have to work with that. So we have apples now. Let's open the shop. Now there's a very good chance people will actually come in and start asking for potatoes or chamomile. And if that's the case, we'll just have to manually order some of those. But hopefully someone will start buying apples first, because we have apples. Just apples, lots of apples. Now, it's a little bit of a shame that this guy is going to sell us nails. But we leveled up, we have some new furniture again. We are actually out of apples now. It's actually a good thing to kind of wait around a little bit before you start and click on the vendor. Now he's actually selling potato seeds at a pretty huge discount. But honestly, we don't really need potato seeds. We already have 2 growing. We could have 3rd growing, maybe. It's so cheap. Let's just buy it. We are going to have to order you some apples, aren't we? Yep. Okay. That's not a big thing, because we are going to want to have those apples anyway. There we go. Now the trader should be able to arrive before this guy leaves, which will be around midnight, and then we're just going to put down more of these on the table. And there we go. We just bought the 1, but okay. Okay, so now during the night, as you can see, we need to water our plants. We can actually put down the potatoes that we just bought. And we have some money left. So let's see, we have some apples already. Let's check the seeds again. To be honest, I should probably not have planted. Can I unplant the potatoes? We might actually be able to unplant the potatoes if I'm not actually sure if we can. As you can see, buying this at a discount would be very nice, considering it's 35 silver at the moment. So we could actually just wait and see if we can get this on a discount rather than buying it the hard way. The downside of that is that, of course, we're not growing anything in the meanwhile. But I'm willing to give it 1 more day. Oh, we actually need to pay up our debt, so I actually didn't take any look at that. But yeah, we definitely do want to pay that. If you don't pay it, it will actually double the next time. Even if you fail it twice, it's a game over. So making sure you have enough money to save or pay it is definitely a good thing if you don't want to lose the game. Now, Geert is back for some apples, I hope. Nope, he wants something else. He wants chamomile. Okay, so we are going to order some of that. Yeah, let's just get 3, because that's all we have. Now we are completely broke. That also means that we would probably want to start stacking up chamomile a little bit over here as well, because other people are probably going to ask for the same thing. Yep. We just got a huge amount of stuff just because we sold something, so that's nice. And once again, I'm waiting out on the timer on the vendor a little bit, just to have as much money as we can. Why? Because he apparently is selling chamomile at a huge discount. Okay, so we could get more potatoes. I don't necessarily think we need more potatoes, considering we already have 3 of them, but we are definitely going to buy all 4 of these camomiles, and we are probably also going to buy most, if not all, of these apples. Yeah, and that will do. And then we have quite a bit of money left, so that's good. There we go. And as you can see, we are selling less apples and more other stuff now, which to be honest is not a bad thing. But it is something to be aware of, that we now have to spread our attention between chamomile and apples. And that's another day done. Now, let's see, we probably want to go and build ourselves another one of these slots. Well, maybe actually not. We don't actually have the seeds to go in there. We can harvest all of this, and we are going to. So now we have 2 free camomiles, which we can sell for 7 each. So that's 14 silver and another 12 for the potatoes. So we are going to plant those. Free money, basically. And I'm Dutch, I like free stuff. And potatoes, more potatoes. And then we are going to place those down as well. Actually wondering in what category the potatoes are. They should be in here, right? Yes, they are. Okay, so now what do we want to do? Well, we actually need a place for our potatoes to go, so let's just place down a large table. It actually gives us a little bit more appeal, so we can actually replace our little small tables. Let's actually do that. So we are going to pick these up. We can sell them. You actually sell the items for as much as you bought them, so there's no harm in doing this at all. Just replacing things when you see fit. They are slightly more expensive. They also give us slightly more appeal. Almost level 3 appeal. Almost. So let's see, can we... We actually unlocked quite a large number of things, actually. Torches are a really nice and cheap way to get some easy appeal. As you can see, if you place them indoors, they give you 50 appeal. If you place them outdoors, only 10. But they only cost 30. So let's place a little torch here. Now we're at level 3 appeal. And we do need to make sure we place down our items. So let's place the chamomile over here. Let's have this be our potato table. Okay, and open up again. And people want to buy clothes and fuel to stay warm because apparently it's freezing outside. I'm not sure why it's freezing in spring, but well, apparently it is. And this is a really nice flow to the game, and if it looks very easy and straightforward now, that's partially because we are heavily specialized, so that's definitely helping out. Initially, you're probably going to want to kind of try out to sell whatever will give you a really nice deal, and if you do, there's no harm in doing so, but you will probably find out very quickly that you will struggle to actually meet the demands. Now, we need some stuff, and you are still not... Well, actually, you are selling chamomile seeds now at a huge discount, so I'm really happy we waited on that. How many of these do we want? Do we want to get 2? 2 seems maybe like a bit much, but this will set me up for, I think, the rest of the game. I don't think we will ever need more than 3. To be honest, we might not even need 2. But let's go with that anyway. So this will leave us with 31 silver. Let's get some apples as well, because this is a huge discount. Let's just get all the chamomile as well. Do we have money left? We do. I don't necessarily think we need to buy a lot of potatoes, but let's just buy 1 to be safe. It's a discount anyway. And this guy, Andries, sorry, I keep pronouncing Dutch names in an English voice, which is something a lot of Dutch people do, but it makes the name sound really weird. Anyway, there we go, lots of money. And we once again unlock more. So initially in the early parts of the game, you unlock stuff way faster than you can actually build it. Unless you, of course, you are playing at creative or something like that. We're actually out of chamomile already. Are you done? You are done. Okay, well, we're officially out of potatoes and out of chamomile, but that's not a problem. Because we are going to harvest some of that. We are going to water our plants. We're going to harvest the potatoes. We are going to place chamomile over here. Chamomile, chamomile. There we go. I do like to mix different things in the same patch because as soon as a patch becomes harvestable, and you harvest it, it will actually harvest all the plants in that patch. I haven't found a way to not do that, only for example harvest one of the plants. So I do like to have different types of plants in each patch, just so you don't get a huge amount of a single plant at the same time. Now, that also means that now we can mix and match our potatoes and chamomile, so that's really nice. Let's see, we have 70 gold left. We are probably going to have to buy some stuff. Let's buy a small amount, both chamomile, so let's have 4 and maybe 2 potatoes. We still have quite a few apples, so we should be fine on those. And then we do have some money left. Let's see, could we maybe get our appeal all the way up to 30? Can we see how much we need for this? Well, we can actually just try it out, because once again, if it doesn't work out, you can always just go and... Let's see, where do we want our big stone? Here. And just short, so we need more than 60, probably something like 65. We can just sell this, because it won't actually give us anything if we don't actually hit the mark. At least I don't think so. This won't do it either. Nope, I don't think there's any way in which we are going to get past that mark. Well, actually, unless we sell our trash bin. So let's see, the trash bin was 100. I was hoping to get this. So the trash bin is 100. And we needed a little bit more than that. Let's place that back here for a moment. So what we could do is we could actually sell our torch and place down a barrel. So close, so close. Okay, well, no, that's not gonna happen. But then in that case, I'm actually going to put that back and make sure we have some money in stock in case we need to buy anything. So we had our trash bin over there, we had our torch over here. At least we're at level 3. Again, to be honest, anything in between probably doesn't matter anyway. And let's open shop once again. I actually wonder, do we have new stuff available yet? No, we don't, but we will very soon. And right now, again, this looks very straightforward, but it will soon become quite frantic when you are selling 5, maybe even 6 different items. It does help that I'm quite experienced at this game already. I've spent most of the weekend playing it, and it really has that just one more day, in this case turn, whatever you want to call it, kind of thing going, where suddenly it's 2 hours later than what you intended, and you're still playing the game. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's something to take into account if you buy this game, because yeah, to be honest, it's quite addictive. For some reason this guy is selling potato seeds, but that's not really useful, nor are any of the other items they are selling. You can actually rank up your items at some point, so as you can see, this guy has higher tier iron. Now we could get cheap iron, for example, from him and then start selling that, but that will confuse our customers. So yeah, they will suddenly think, hey, you're selling nails as well? Well, that's fine, I'll come back tomorrow for more nails. And that's not necessarily what you want them to do. Are we actually completely sold out of all of our items? Oh, no, you still want some potatoes. Well, we can probably order you some. Oh, and we now unlocked artichokes as well. So now we already have 4 items to sell. Unfortunately, we are not quite making all of those 4. So let's just order 1 potato and deal with everything else during the night. This was our potato table, right? Yeah, good. You can actually sell it directly to them as well. Just click on them and sell them, but it's just inconvenient, and now this way they handle themselves. Okay, let's water our plants. Let's harvest the potatoes. Let's harvest this stuff as well. Let's make sure we put it back. Here we go. Let's make sure we put this one back as well. Let's make sure we water these. That now means we have a little bit of stockpile for those, but only very little. So we probably want to expand on that at least a little bit. We can now actually buy artichoke seeds as well, but again, as you can see, they are very expensive. So if we are desperate, we can buy them. I'm still hoping we'll get a merchant to sell them to us a little cheaper than this. That might be hoping in vain, to be honest. But yeah, there's that. What we can actually, well, what we actually need to do is we need to buy some apples. We also need a little bit more potatoes. We definitely need more of these. And we're probably going to need artichokes as well, so we're just going to buy those. We are going to move this table a little bit to the side. Can we still reach this table? Yeah, we can. Then we are going to buy another table. Apparently we are not going to buy another table because we don't have the money for that. We can, however, buy 2 of these. So then that's what we're going to do. And then I don't want to pick up the table. I want to place stuff on the table. Not this, actually. I want to place artichokes here. And some more there. And some apples here. We can just press R to do that. And then we're good to go, I think. Let's start the last day for this episode. I'm not going to make a very long series on this game, I think, but there's quite a few more things to show. It's quite fun, honestly, this game. So showcasing it a little bit more is probably just fine. And yeah, it's probably going to be something like 3 episodes or something like that to really show you not just this early game, because quite frankly, there's not much going on at this point. But really it really starts to be even more fun. It's already fun, to be honest, but it becomes definitely a lot more fun once you reach the later stages of the game. You can actually hire people, you can expand your farm quite a bit. You keep unlocking more and more stuff. Making your farm look pretty is also a very nice thing to do. Let's make sure we reach the trader before he leaves. There we go, just in time. Potato seeds at a huge discount. We do actually have a higher level of potato seeds, which means we get a higher level of produce as well. Which could be interesting. I mean, 50% off is quite a lot. Not entirely sure how much potatoes we are going to need, but maybe just 1. And 7% off is not interesting enough. So I'm just going to stick with this. Just going to buy it just because. And I should probably have bought other stuff off him as well, and I completely forgot that as soon as you click buy, that's it, and he actually says buy as well. With a different type of buy. Anyway, yeah, now you want more potatoes. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, so we are going to have to just buy some manual potatoes, as well as some apples while we're at it. It's almost night, so we probably don't need the artichokes at this point, but we might as well buy 2 because we are going to end up doing that one way or another. Something like this. Yeah. Putting stuff on the table for you, boobers. Boobers? Actually, don't know how you pronounce that name. I have never heard that name before. It uses kind of the medieval type of names for the Dutch characters. At least I assume it's all Dutch names. Let's harvest these. You don't necessarily need to harvest stuff, by the way. I do think we might as well do that now. But at some point, when you have multiple items going on, you will probably get into a situation where you probably don't necessarily want to harvest it because you don't need the item at that moment, and your stockpile might be full. Okay, so we're actually going to be growing higher tiers potatoes now. We have some gold left. We could actually see if we can get to level 4 peel now. That will actually bring us some more people. Maybe by placing down a small rock. It's not that small. It's a pretty large rock. But now we have level 4 appeal. We do have to keep in mind that we're going to have to pay 60 silver of our debt in 2 days. So we are probably just going to have to save up for that. We do have a quest to get to 10 display items. Don't have any money for that whatsoever at the moment though. So, well, we could actually have removed these 2 tables or small tables and make a larger table. But that wouldn't actually get us more spots, that would just get us more appeal. The restocking is actually so nice that you don't have to manually click the tables and stuff like that. We actually got another skill point. We could try and unlock something else. As you can see, the only things you can unlock are in these tabs. I'm just going to unlock the stove or something. I'm not actually going to do anything with that for the moment because we don't have the money to do so, and we want to keep our shop a little bit specialized. Now luckily we got another food trader, so that's really nice. We are out of artichokes, so maybe you have some of those on you. You do, and you have a huge discount on them as well. But before we do that, let's check out... Oh, artichoke seeds at a huge discount. So we definitely want to get some of those. Let's stick with 2, because we do need to pay off that debt soon. We are also going to buy some of these. We are going to... So, okay, this is interesting. So we can buy the higher tier chamomile as well. As you can see, they sell for 8 rather than 7, but because they are more expensive, we actually make less profit on them. So we're just going to go and buy some of those. Not that much, to be honest. Yeah, well, we might as well. The potatoes are really cheap as well, so no reason not to buy some of those. And let's just get some apples, and now we are actually out of money. So this will need to do for the moment. Now buy all the things and give us money back. Because after tomorrow night, we are going to have to pay off our debt. Monies! So much money. We are now officially out of artichokes. And you want more? Of course you do. But that's not the problem, we can order you some more. It's going to be a challenge to see if that trader actually arrives in time before he leaves, because the day is almost over. Just in time. And look how happy he is with this artichoke. Okay, so something completely different today from what I've been showing on this channel in the past few weeks, but I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It's a really fun little game. You can get it on Steam. It's not in my store. It's not linked to the store, so you can't buy the game and sponsor the channel, but I still recommend it if you just want something fun and easy to play. It is not an extremely deep game. It's not a game you will play for hundreds of hours like the Ice Sphere program or anything like that, but it is quite entertaining. It's really relaxing, and this is only a small part of the game, so if you're still in doubt whether or not it's something for you, make sure you catch the next few episodes when we're expanding our farm and taking it to the next level. For now, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one.